give me what, because I'm taking lab in 5 division. So in your particular lab session, what I took last time?
And we have given the intro of Prolog programming, and we have seen some questions and examples there.
From inverter to the electric source. Okay, so I would just like to have a brief idea that in my previous lab, what I taught you.
Ma'am, you have told about basics of Prolog, and you have shown us some examples.
Okay, so that second number program and third number program of the book, you people have done it.
And yeah, you have given it, but we are having some problem.
Yeah,
So
please
we have done
share me so that I can sort it out.
it.
Who was facing problem? I need to make that person
Yes, ma'am.
roll number
152, ma'am.
152. Making you presenter.
Okay.
Share screen later.
Can you see the screen?
Mm. Only black screen is visible. No, I can see it.
Ma'am, in this questions in second problem, C and D1.
Okay. See, you can write a rule. I'm writing in chat. See? You can write a. You can write this.
Ma'am, like in this, you have told about the if statement that we are not getting the basic visualization that how the if statement is running in this Prolog. Personally,
Yeah.
my case.
Yes. In today's lab, I have planned this for you. So see, with my previous batches also, I got the feedback. They are not able to understand if they are having an English statement. I request you to please let me present. You stop.
Okay, sure, sure, ma'am.
See, my whiteboard is getting load, and in my previous labs with other people, I got the feedback that if an English statement is posed to you, then you don't know what is it. Is it a fact? Is it a rule? Or we should call it as a clause. So that is what I'm planning to cover today. If you are given an English statement, then what you can call it? Predicate, a fact, a rule, and basically most of you will be having a difficulty that what we should call predicate, fact. That is what we are planning to discuss today. Okay. So I have compiled a few points on it. Just wait. See, suppose an English statement is given to you as I'm writing in the whiteboard. You can see the same sentence. The right speaker is dead. Okay.
Yes.
This particular sentence, or isn't you people know that is an English fact. Now, according to the dictionary, if we get to know that what is fact, then it says that something that you know has happened and this is true. That is what we call fact. Something that has happened. So the right speaker, this event occurred. The right speaker is dead. And we know that it is true. Okay. So true things, reality, that is fact in English. So I'm calling this statement on my screen as a fact because this thing has happened and I know it is true. The right speaker is dead. Okay. Now this factual information is needed to be represented in prologue. This sentence is given to you. This fact is given to you. Now you have to represent the fact in prologue. So each and every sentence in prologue, when you represent, it is in the form of clause. Okay, and this clauses, this all factual information that you store in prologue is clause. It can be fact, or the second one can be rule. See, just now in the chat to your answer, I have written rule, and now here I will write a fact. Okay, so each and every sentence in prologue is called a clause. The clause can be of type fact, it can be of type rule. You are aware how we are representing facts, and you are also aware how we are representing the rules. Currently, I am writing the fact for this particular statement in prologue. So at first, I would call it as clause. Okay. You people can see I have written fact in prologue. Okay. Now what is the fact? Okay. So I'm see this whole thing that you can see is a clause. I'm writing with mouse, please understood this. Okay. Of which type? It is of fact type. But now we will ask, man, isn't before this week we were calling it as a predicate. Okay. And now we are calling it as a fact. The predicate lies within this only. Okay. The whole portion, this. Okay. The one I'm outlining with the blue, that is what you call predicate. I have not placed full stop over here. Okay. फुल स्टॉप को हमने यहाँ पे एक्सक्लूड किया है, ठीक है। अब ये तो क्लियर हो गया मैम कि ये प्रेडिकेट है। तो व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली इन द प्रेडिकेट? Predicate is composed of relationships, or you can say properties and arguments. Okay, so where I can find this? See, this particular one with green, it is a relation. And this particular ones, the one with black, okay, these are arguments. So I'm defining each and everything, that how we are breaking a single clause in prologue. English sentence is given to you, that is right speaker is dead. This is a fact, and now we need to express this fact in our prologue language. So we need to represent factual information in prologue. That is done with the help of with that particular expression is written in prologue as the one I have written below and highlighted everything. Okay, so is right speaker dead? Now here we can call this one as a clause. So whatever the portion before the period, or you can say full stop, it is predicate. Now predicate is again composed of relation and arguments. So arguments, you people know that they are objects. What kind of objects can be the argument? The object can be a physical entity like you, me, table, pan, speaker, or an abstract concept. Abstract concept like the speaker is dead, the speaker is defective, faulty. So in that case, faulty, defective, dead, that becomes the object over here. Now, if you will get confused that ma'am, physical entities like you, me, mobile, pen, we can find it out from sentence. But how we can find out about the abstract concept? The abstract concept you can find out. See, whenever you find in your English sentence adverb, adjective, or nouns or verbs, those are your abstract concept. I say that this pen is very beautiful. Okay, is pen then beautiful? So beautiful is an adjective. Intelligent. Okay, so these are adjectives. So your arguments can be physical entity or can be abstract concept. Your objects that are passed as arguments over here in the predicate, it can be the physical entity and it can be the abstract concept like we have seen here. Okay. Now what is about relation? What we need to pass it into the predicate, now we know. Now what is a relation over here? See, relation is like a way in which you are defining the collection of objects. So here I don't have anything except is in my sentence. So how would I represent collection of my object? Is right speaker dead? That is what I would be having. If you are having another example that John eats pizza. Okay, so John and pizza both are objects. Eats is like a relation or a property that here I am representing as a predicate, name, or relation. So this relation or property is nothing but in which way this collection of object belongs to each other, that tells us. So it tells us that John and pizza, it's the property, you can say over the property. Okay, my English would be quite different, please bear with me. just because of someone, my Bengali accent would come in between somewhere. Okay, so please don't laugh when I speak some words which sound like Bengali because I'm not Bengali, so that it will reflect. Okay, so property. Okay, I'm trying to minimize my accent Bengali, but see if sometimes it comes, then please don't laugh. I just requested that. Okay. Otherwise, what happens? I will see my name means. So relation is just a name in which this collection of objects belong together. That is what here this is says that. You pose me any question, any English statement, and we can find out the relation in it. Okay, any statement. The John is father of Susan. So Susan and John, they both are objects, and father was the relation that was in the sentence. We can find out. During lectures in course 90-20. So during and course 90-20, though both goes as objects or arguments in the predicate. And lectures. See, this is a relation and it is collecting two objects during and course. That is why. So whole this thing, relation plus arguments, becomes your predicate. Now, actually, what is predicate? Many of you will say, see, looking at this sentence, we are able to say predicate. But what is a predicate? See, a predicate is a function with a value we can prove true or false. So this is a function for a value which we can prove true or false. Or it expresses a property or relationship. Predicate expresses a property or a relationship. So this at once express relationship. But then I posed another statement in your previous lecture, last session, that Susan is tired. Susan is tired. So tired is a property. So tired and Susan, that goes around. Okay. So predicate is something which expresses relation or property. Here relation represents collection of objects in which way they belong. Objects can be physical entity, abstract concept. Abstract concept can be found with the help of adverbs, adjectives, verb, noun in the sentence. Then predicate is a function with a value of true or false. That is what I can define from this. Other than this thing, see, there are some properties of predicate. Okay? When you are writing a predicate, it can have 0 arguments also. And the number of arguments that you see in a predicate, it is called as arity of predicate. Okay? The number of arguments that is present in predicate, it is known as arity of predicate. So it can have 0, it can have 1, it can have n number of objects. So 0 object is also valid and n number of object is also valid in the predicate. Okay. Few sentences if you want. See, I can state it out. Bill is an employee. The predicate would be employee and argument passed as Bill. Okay. Bob is married to Mary. Bob is married to Mary. So Bob and Mary we can identify as an objects and married is the relationship between them. Okay. The speaker is defective. So defective speaker. Okay, that can be the predicate also. Now I'd like to show you the hierarchy. I'm drawing over here of how things can be in Prolog. I'm going to rub it down. Everybody clear about this concept, or if still anybody has any question to ask? Because I need to clear this out from my whiteboard. Anybody is having question?
No, ma'am.
Yes, then I can rub it down and we can move forward with something. So what we break down from the our 15 minutes of explanation over here is that prologue, everything is written in clauses. Okay, this clause can be fact, this clause can be use. This facts again are predicate and this fact can be periods. Okay, this predicate again we can break it down as relations. And arguments. Objects. Arguments can be objects or it can be variables. Variables, you know, you declare it with the capital ones, and objects, you know that you declare it with the small lowercase letter. There is a rule in Prolog for objects and variables that objects we declare it with the lowercase letters and variables we declare it with the capital letters. So this is how a sentence is breaked down in Prolog. So in question, many times you people get confused. Do I need to write a fact? Do I need to write a predicate? Do I need to write a relation? Do I need to write a clause? So if it is written in the sentence in a question that you need to write a clause, then you must identify whether I should write a fact type of clause or a rule type of clause. If I'm writing a fact, it must be having the predicate plus periods. Then if I'm writing predicate, then it must be having relationship arguments. Arguments can also be objects or variables. This is what you need to know. Or also there is a one sentence. See, many of you get confused. I have one statement with me and you just tell me which one of it is correct. Okay, I'm writing a statement. The statement is Tom likes Janet. Okay, and which predicate is correct for it? So you can see a sentence and two predicates written for it. Now tell me which predicate out of the both one is correct.
Ma'am, both are correct.
Why?
First one.
Why both are correct? ये कौन सा रोल नंबर है? 179.
Ma'am, 179 Chintan.
You were attending the lab last time.
Ma'am, but that time I was attending CN lab. Ma'am.
ना तो ऐसा ना चले, ये चीटिंग हुई. Which one of this is correct? Now this Chintan has let out the secret. Okay, Tom likes Janet. Both one of them are correct. As you know, like as long as you maintain a convention of naming over here or placing the predicates, both are correct. It doesn't follows, you know, like strict rule that you should place Janet first or Tom first. Okay, this prologue language is a symbolic extension of our English expression. So as long as you follow a consistent pattern of word order in a given program, this both statements are correct. Okay, so let's go for the exercise that you need to do regarding this one. Okay, and also I need to teach you that backtracking one. Okay, so for the first question I will be giving you hint. For the second question you need to do it on yourself. Okay, that's, and one more practical from your practical list that you need to do it. You will be able to see my screen as I prologue. See, first let us explore this factorial example. Okay. See, you don't go with the logic right now. See, here I want to just explain you this particular thing that if if you are storing some fact in your particular Prolog database or here in the file, then few missing information, how you can find it out. For example, there is a factorial function or predicate over here, and I am finding factorial of a particular number. So I know this n, but I don't know this n. Okay. So what I'm writing over here is factorial, and I know I need to get the factorial of 5. Okay. But this f I don't know. Okay. Even if you write x, that doesn't even matter. Okay. It is going to provide me with the answer. Okay. So if you don't know anything you are querying, you just passed variable name and you get the answer. Okay. That is a hint given to you to solve this first question that you are going to do today. Okay. This is your book. You have to go for practical exercise 2. Okay. This one, animal database. Okay. So you need to write this database and A, B, C, and D. This question answers, you need to find it out. Okay. The second program from your practical list is that we should be aware about the backtracking. Okay. So here in Prolog program, I'm writing one tree. Okay. So just look at over here. Okay, so here we are just creating a tree. So first predicate or first clause I would say is branch AB. So A is root, B and C are its children. Now C, that is one of the children of A, is having two children, that is D and E. And then we are writing a rule to find a path from A to D. So there exists a path from X to X and there exists a path from X to Y if there is a branch from X to Z and path from Z to Y. That is to be checked over. Okay. So here suppose I am writing the same predicate A, D. This is particular example to explain you how backtracking works in Prolog. This is giving me answer true. Okay. Now let us trace this. If you want to do spying on your program and how it is going backwards and executing each and every step, then the inbuilt predicate trace is there with zero argument. So the arity of this argument is zero. This predicate is zero. What I need to trace is path from A to B. How it has given me answer true. Why this particular language is telling me there exists a path between A to D. Okay, let's see. Creep means here, see here each and every function is called. Creep means that transfer of pointer of control from one pointer to another pointer. Okay. Okay. Whenever creep is called, that means it is transferring the control from one point to another point. So from branch, it is calling this one. Now observe. Here you get fail calls. This particular function, the path from B to D, there doesn't exist any path from B to D. There will not be existing any path from B to D because A is having children B and D and C is having children C and D. So B is not having any children, that is C or D. So how can a path exist between B and D? There doesn't exist a direct path between B and D. So we get a fail. So if your traditional programming language would be there, like C, C++, even modern programming language, you take Python and R, your execution of program terminates over here. But now what happens? Prolog backtracks. See, here it is backtracking. It is doing redo. A underscore that memory location. So backtracking in Prolog can be explained that if one condition or one rule fails, what Prolog does, it backtracks to the previous rule, previous successful rule, and start all over it again. So here you can see after failing, it is redo. It will try in numerous ways. It will like redo again and again until your goal is satisfied and you get an answer true or something false. Okay, if the solution doesn't exist, in that case you get false. But if the solution exists, you get true. So this is what is backtracking in Prolog. That if one condition fails, it will backtrack to the previous successful position or successful condition and start all over it again. And now this gives you an answer that, oh yes, the path exists between A to D. First it is going from A to C, then it is checking whether the path exists between C to D. Yes, the path exists. Then there is a branch from C to D. Yes, then it is satisfying that path X to X, okay, D to D, that is valid. Then path C to D and A to D, we can say that there exists a path. Okay, so it gives us true. Again, if I want to go for another way, so in numerous way you can go. Prolog will redo until you get a successful answer or successful state. That is backtracking in Prolog. Okay. Anybody has doubt over how Prolog backtracks? Okay. One condition fails, it redoes, goes back to the previous successful one. Apply the rule again, get you the new answer. It will try applying until you get an answer. That is what is backtracking in Prolog. And that is why here it's an advantage compared to the other language. In other language, if you want to try to prove something once it fails, you know that. It never backtracks. Any language does not backtrack until you write explicitly that code. Here it is inbuilt. That is advantage of this language compared to the other language. Anybody has any question what I have taught you within this half an hour? Any question?
Ma'am?
Yes, please.
And means in backtracking, do we have to write certain conditions or it will do by itself?
You don't need to write anything. See here, a condition failed. Okay. Here one condition failed. It automatically redos. We don't need to write anything. This feature is inbuilt in it. It backtracks to the previous successful condition. We don't need to write any call, any functions, any program you check. It will do for anyone.
Okay.
Any questions, student? Any one of you? If no questions, then practical exercise you need to do. First thing, you need to write this animal database. Okay? And perform this 4 queries. Then this dating agency database, and you need to write program for it. Now here it is written that extend a program with a rule. You know what is rule. You know how to define a predicate. Here predicate name is also given with what arguments. So just get me these 2 programs done within 30 minutes. Okay, which includes 5 minutes or 10 minutes of your break also. So practical exercise 2, you do it by what we can say is 3:15. You do it by 3:15. Okay, half an hour, that is 3:15. Okay, 2 programs 15 minutes each. By 3:15 complete it. Then we will go for backtracking one. See, also do backtracking. I am writing the code of backtracking in this particular. You can test it out in your program. Find it from your chat. Program is written. So these 3 programs you need to perform within half an hour and get back to me. I will give you one more extra program to do it. Okay? Done, students? If you want to know that which program I will be giving you next, then practical 1.2, that is phone directory program. You need to do it on your own. Okay? First program was done by me. The second program you need to do, and the third program is also done by me, that is backtracking. So complete 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 from your practical list and this 2 programming exercise until 3:15. Then I will take attendance. Thank you, students. I'm muting my mic. For any queries, ask me. I'm over here only.
Wrote in the chat that carnivore X is lion X. Then in that, how we can know that lion is an animal? By the statement that you have written.
Apply the rule over here, animal X. I thought that you have already written this one. If you have written this rule based one, okay? I told you, no? If you have written this one, then
Okay, so we have to write both.
yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can leave the meeting.
Ma'am, what is the third practical that you have given?
Third practical, backtracking. Today's third practical.
Yeah, that extra one you were telling about.
Backtracking.
Okay.
First one was animal database. Second one was dating database. Third one was backtracking. Fourth one was phone directory 1.2 from your practical list. These 4 programs I have given to you to do.
Okay, ma'am.